What? Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to show a quick video here of a little app that I found. It's an application that lets you rotate the camera in League of Legends, and so far I haven't been banned using it, so that's one thing. But it lets you, the main thing that I use it for is whenever I'm on purple side, like I am here in a custom game, it lets me rotate my camera. As you can see, I'm flipping it around here. It's just some past footage, so if I'm behind, that's why. And it lets you go, actually, or you can flip it and make it look like you're on blue side, as you can see. Try and get it perfect here. That looks about right. A little bit off that, that'll do. So as you can see, it looks just like you're on blue side, and there are actually minor visual glitches in the game. It's still completely playable. The only two things that I actually noticed were the bushes and some of the signs being backwards, because the signs by Baron and Dragon Pit, like, you know, the wooden signs that most people don't even know are there, are a little backwards because they're made to be viewed from the opposite angle. But as you can see, everybody who who has posted in a reply to a thread that says please rotate the screen, you know, add a feature for that, they say, well, the other side of the walls aren't textured. They're textured. You can see the other side of the walls are textured just fine, and it's not like they messed it up like that. It also has some like interesting zoom features here where you can actually let it zoom out even further than the game was intended, as you can see. It's pretty cool, but I don't know if that would be a good thing, because that's where Riot would probably come in and say it's cheating. But you can see the bushes, though, at the bottom right there. The tri-bush is definitely a little askew. It looks like the wind's blowing it towards us, and you can tell the other side of the bush leaves are not textured, thus they're clear. But that doesn't mean that you can see people in them. It's still, the mechanic stealths you while you're in the bush, of course. You can see it just looks a little weird, as well as the one by the river down here as well. So we're going to go take a look over here by the Dragon Pit and see how the sign is just facing the wrong way. Well, it's meant to be viewed from the other way, so that's the only minor visual glitches that you can find in this entire thing. So it's not that bad. And as you watch me use skill shots and everything here, I'll try and kill Yi. You'll actually see that it's still completely playable. And I know a lot of people just say go ahead and play on an unlocked screen, but that's not always the solution. It's definitely not as efficient, because there's also some visual problems here that I'll detail later, that actually you have less of a viewing area whenever you're backwards on the purple side, I guess you could say, because purple, they have a less of a viewing area because it makes a trapezoid on the ground, the way that the screen is angled. If this was a completely top-down view, like, you know, a Monopoly board or something, then yeah, that wouldn't be that bad. And even everything works just well. You can see that whenever I killed Yi there, the skill shots work great. It's not like Riot would have a hard time implementing a feature to rotate the screen. I mean, some dude on YouTube who doesn't even, you know, he's not like a pro developer. He doesn't even have his own website. He said in his comments, he just made this app. So if he can do it, Riot can do it, I promise. And here, if we look at the signs, there's a problem. We're going to go down by blue buff, which it feels like you're on blue team when you're on red, or purple rather, depending on if you're colorblind mode or not, I suppose. But anyway, everything still looks pretty natural. It's just that the bushes and the signs are the only thing that I've seen so far. Everything is textured the way it's supposed to be. You can hit these creeps. Okay. We're going to go take a look. And if you look on the mini-map while I'm walking, I'm going down, it looks like, down to bot lane, but I'm actually going up to top lane because the screen rotation, of course. Everybody would probably think that this is a bad part, you know, because, or a bad thing, because if you automatically come into red, or, you know, purple side, and your screen is flipped, people are going to be calling bot when it's really top, or vice versa. Definitely not normal, but I'm almost done here. You see there's only a couple of things, like how the walls are still textured on the other side. Everybody was complaining about how Baron Pit would be untextured on the other side. No, it's fine, I promise. That you could see it here. My mouse is moving around. This isn't like in LoL replay. My interface is there. This isn't a trick. Alright, and as I detailed in the video earlier, there's actually less viewing area on purple. So what I'm going to do is use wards to mark what I mean and get taught by a shower, or shot by a tower as well. So where that ward I just placed is about where our viewing area ends for our inventory on the HUD. I'm going to try and reposition myself here to get it back where I was. Close enough there. So horizontally from where the ward is right there to, well, over to the other end. I can put a ward right about here to assume that's about where the viewing distance ends there as well. It's a little inaccurate, but it's a quick and easy method. So those wards are pretty close there. I know that we still have some viewing area, but that's a lot of area, especially where the minimap is. And I know a lot of people say that you could just shrink your HUD, but not exactly. And it's unfair using the HUD, I understand, but the point is still proven from where we're coming from. And I can do another version as well later. Up here, we're going to go place the ward at the top left of our viewing area. Minions are sitting there thinking, what is this guy warding? He missed the bush and is warding in the middle of the lane. Is he nuts? Anyway, so there's the ward up there, one right there. So this is about our horizontal, our diagonal viewing distance. Let's go put one over here. So, top right of our viewing distance. There we go. Okay, so, judging by how much the HUD covers up, that's about our viewable distance. It's shrink the HUD, that works, that's fine, but then you can't see shit in the HUD if you're half blind like me. You can see where the wards are placed. Look on the mini-map though. Right there, if we were to trace a line between all the wards that I inaccurately placed, it would be a trapezoid. So, it's like you're viewing a trapezoid on the ground, and whenever you're on purple, you have, you know, a good amount of viewing area gone. In fact, here's the version that I did without using the HUD as a reference. In fact, I just moved my cursor to the far left-hand corner of my screen, put a ward, far right-hand corner at the bottom of the screen and put a ward, and of course, also put them at the top left and right. And that's still a significant amount of screen loss there, so, you know, it's hard whenever you're playing mid lane in that area that you cannot see a jungler, even if it's warded. You know, not everybody can watch their mini-map whenever they're newer players like I am. A jungler could jump right in there and just come in and smoke you because you couldn't see him. When you're on the other side, you can see it perfectly because junglers tend to gank more from the side that they're on. They're not going to go into your jungle most of the time to gank because that's a huge risk. The same thing happens bottom lane. It's tough to see whenever you're on purple if they're coming out of their jungle to gank you, or if they're coming out of their try if you're pushed up, vice versa, that sort of thing, you know? This is just my take on it. I'm going to try and play a full game with this camera mod on in the name RAM or something and post it as well. It's going to take days to upload, but hey, if you have questions, feel free to go ahead and post them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them.